Hello and welcome to the Mama Rose Show. Mama Rose here. We have a fabulous guest this week, Dan Gregory, movie star, producer, director, everything that goes with it. He's gorgeous. He's fabulous. You're going to love him. Dan, darling, how are you?
Mama Rose, I'm feeling wonderful, and I just want to say thank you for having me on this program. This is the best show out there, and I know anybody who's anybody is watching right now.
Of course. I mean, you're on it, so obviously. Now, we've been facing some difficult times in 2020, as we all know, and although the numbers are lower than before, we are still dealing with COVID-19. How are you handling everything?
That's an excellent question. I'm trying to be as positive as I can. I've been doing some writing, I've been doing some reading. I go for the occasional run down the park, and I'm just trying to keep my mind engaged and focus on positive things because I believe, especially in the world that we live in the world of performing arts and film and theater, I think we need to be optimistic people, and I pride myself in doing so.
You do such a wonderful job, and you're an award-winning superstar actor, screenwriter, producer, and director, and I have had the honor to see some of your work, like Carmen with a K, a short film that you starred in. Honey, it was fabulous, very dramatic and very emotional. And then, of course, Cabin of Errors, a laugh riot to say the least. What are your favorite projects that you've worked on?
Well, thank you for asking, and I appreciate you mentioning all those accolades. I've worked hard over 12 years to rack them up, and I believe that the universe is starting to deliver. So to answer your question, you mentioned two of them. I'd say Carmen is definitely one of my favorite projects because my lovely and talented girlfriend, Jaylene S. Perez, is the writer and the director, so she had no choice but to cast me. And it gave me a chance to really play something different. You know, a lot of times I get cast as a silly character, and in this specific instance, I got to play a kind of rough, around the edges, pretty much unlikable and violent human being, which gave me a chance to stretch and flex those acting muscles while also getting a chance to honor her material. So I'd say Carmen is number one off the top of my list. Number two, Crazy Mike. I get to play a comedic character that really gets to have fun, and I have to thank director Sean Fewer, who also directed Cabin of Errors, for kind of letting me just have fun. And just to stay humble, Sean reminded me more than once that I was his fourth choice to play the part. So, and of course, number three that I could think of is Cabin of Errors, which we shot mostly in New Hampshire, a week-long shoot, all living together with a great cast and crew, and then random shots throughout Bayonne, New Jersey, which was also a lot of fun to do.
It's so funny because so many people are going to know that I'm originally from New Hampshire, that lovely state up north. And it's so funny that you were filming on location in New Hampshire, in Laconia, New Hampshire. To say, I mean, that just blew my mind. And I grew up 20 minutes away from there. What a lovely location, beautiful areas in the film. I mean, that cabin, fabulous. Acting, fabulous. Direction, fabulous. So glad that I was able to see this film and that, of course, you starred in this film. But outside of your incredibly brilliant film work, you have been seen on stage by myself, among many others, working with the incredibly talented James Crawford. Which plays have you been seen in, and what are your favorites?
Wow, okay. Just circling back for a second, thank you for the kind words about Cabin of Errors. I'm very proud of that film and everyone involved on it. It's a Narrowbridge Films shoot, and great men and women. And if you're unfamiliar with the film, to anyone who's watching, which is everyone, watch it on Amazon Prime, give it a review, and I think you'll enjoy the movie. Now, to my stage work, I don't have as many credits in theater as I do in film, but it's definitely something that I enjoy doing, and it's a whole different beast. So with my theater credits, they include Jim Crawford works such as Grief, which is almost like a sitcom, kind of one act, which I did in the summer of 2014 with some great people. And the following year, in 2015, I was at the ATA also with Jim Crawford. Now, this time, Jim Crawford had dusted off his old acting boots and joined the cast. It was Dana Levin, myself, and Jim Crawford, all starring in a show called When the Ripe Fruit Falls. And I had a great time doing it, and I must compliment Jim not only for being a great director, a great playwright, and a wonderful human being, but the guy's also a cancer survivor, and he's a hell of an actor. And we also both studied together once upon a time at Stella Adler Acting Studio in Manhattan. So I think we got off on a great start just discussing our training when it comes to theater and film.
And his writing is so brilliant, but your acting, of course, is fabulous. Now, besides James Crawford's plays, which are brilliant, like I said, what other theatrical fabulousness have you been affiliated with?
Well, I'm part of a theater group that meets somewhat regularly in Manhattan. We attend the Players Theater. Well, before the world shut down due to coronavirus, we would meet on at least twice a month at the Players Theater in the Village area, and we would work on original scripts, and a lot of that being theater. And it was something called the Brazen Giant Ensemble, which has a website, we have a Facebook page, we have a Instagram page, and it's co-run by the brilliant Bill Sorvino and Christian Kyber. And there are so many wonderful artists of stage, film, TV, and theater involved in it that it's really gotten me a chance to kind of spread my wings when it comes to theater and live performance. And let me say something, circling back to Jim Crawford for a second. Jim, you are a great man, and once upon a time, you sent me a wonderful script called From the Fire Tower, and I'm just pitching the idea, either late 2020 or early 2021. Let's do this thing. Let's do it at the ATA. Let's do a one weekend. Dana Levin and I could co-star in the production. You could direct, and let's do it in the off-Broadway theater. Let's just put that out there. That's something I'd like to do in the future. And also, to answer your question, some theater stuff that I've done, not including Jim Crawford. Well, I can't say any specifics, but there is this brilliant playwright, actor, human being named Stephen Miller, who actually allowed me to read for a leading part in a production. Now, I can't say anything because it's not official yet, but I hope and I feel that this play is going to happen, and it's going to be a tremendous big hit.
Oh, I have heard about this play, and it's quite fabulous, if I do say so myself. Now, as a very talented actor yourself, among so many other fabulous talents, what advice would you have to someone just starting out, during COVID or even before, after, just starting out?
I would say two things. The first and foremost is listen to your heart. Don't listen to the naysayers, because the people who are unhappy with life are going to tell you what you cannot do because they didn't do it themselves. The successful people will tell you to follow your goals, make yourself a vision board and follow it, believe in yourself. And here's one more great piece of advice. Don't become an actor or an actress or anything just to be rich and famous. Do it because you really want to be an actor, because you can't foresee yourself doing anything else. Because it's important. I've known too many actors come along and they give themselves 6 months to a year and they didn't make a fortune on Broadway, or they didn't become a known TV star, and they gave up and they had all the talent in the world. So first and foremost, if you want to be in this business, do it simply for the business of being a good actor, and the rest will hopefully follow.
Totally agree. It is so important to work very hard for the craft that you're working on, because not always are you going to succeed in life. And my famous quote is, if you don't try, you'll never know. And with that, we have an exclusive coming up, letting that out of the bag. Oh my goodness. But first, is there anything else that you're working on that you can tell our viewers about before the exclusive?
Absolutely. About a week ago, I was granted permission to discuss my newest film role, which is called Buzzkill, New Jersey. It's going to be a sequel to the original Buzzkill. So Buzzkill Palm Beach is the film that I'll be starring in as the second lead, named Jeff. What I can say about the original film is that it's been tremendously successful, and it even won the prestigious Fangoria Award at New Jersey HorrorCon 2019. That is actually where I met the great filmmaker Joe Vrola, and since then we've been in touch, and he's officially cast me in Buzzkill Palm Beach, and the script is very hush-hush right now, but I can say we're going to see not only my character, but we're going to see his character pretty much fight the end of days. And it's going to be really exciting, and it's going to be filmed between Belmar, New Jersey and West Palm Beach, Florida. And it'll actually be my first time in West Palm Beach. So I'm very excited, not only to go there as an actor and do my duty as a performer, but also to just see some new sights and hopefully meet new people, because that's what I really love doing.
You are just going to love West Palm Beach. I've been many times. Florida, lovely place. Having a few issues these days, but we're moving past that because there are better days to come, and not to mention this fabulous film. Now, exclusive. What can you tell us? What is going on?
Mama Rose, the exclusive that I haven't said to anybody publicly is that I've officially been cast in a film called Cult of Blood as a leading character. And you're going to see me like you've never quite seen me before in many ways. And we're going to be filming in the spring of 2021 in Kansas City. And I have never been to Kansas, and I've never quite done a project like this. But I can say that it's about a group of friends and their significant others who encounter supernatural activity as well as zombies and blood. And it's best been described to me as From Dusk Till Dawn meets a black comedy. And I'm super excited and thankful to work with Robbie Lopez. And if you're interested in following this story and more, you could check out Crude Comics on Instagram. And you could also, I would seriously hope you follow me on Instagram at Daniel Michael Gregory, hashtag Daniel Michael Gregory. I tell all of my stories on there, and I also keep up to date with whatever project I'm working on. And I try to give as many exclusives as I can as to film work, theater work, TV work, and a couple random pictures of just my girlfriend and I sipping some wine and enjoying life.
My goodness, this is all just so fabulous. I'm just so excited. I'm verklempt over here. But now, when you go to Kansas, stay away from the tornadoes, but if you find Dorothy and Toto, please let me know. I want an autograph. But our time has to come to an end for today, and I want to thank you all for joining us today, but especially our special guest, Dan Gregory, who has so many things going on, and our exclusive look at this fabulous new film that he's doing. So please keep your eyes peeled. He's fabulous. He's everything. Thank you so much, Dan.
And thank you, Mama Rose. You, my friend, are everything to me.